What is up, y'all? Welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us in a undisclosed location. We'll keep it mysterious for the episode, I think. I think that's the best way to do it. We are still outside of our studio. We will be getting back there in a week or so. Thank you all for joining us. I am your host, Brian Cullen, and with me, as always, is everyone's favorite, maybe the only player that hasn't been involved in a Utah Jazz trade.
That's right.
This offseason, Clayton Stevens. And we've got a very special guest with us today, Zach Pugh.
Back, baby.
The return.
We're back.
The return.
Clayton and I finally can fight over who gets to be the co-host permanently.
That's why I'm sitting in the middle, is so I can kind of see the blows perfectly.
Yeah.
Before we jump into today's episode, I want to take a quick second, ask you all to subscribe to the show on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. Go ahead and like the video, leave us a comment, drop us a rating and review. All of that goes a long way in helping us defeat the evil algorithms that we are up against on a weekly basis. Remember to share the show. If you want to get a hold of us, you can do so by emailing us, thealternatehoop@gmail.com, and go ahead and follow us on TikTok at thealternatesNBA. You can see our clips from the show as you scroll through and learn things you didn't know about until you were today years old. With all of that said, let's get into the episode.
Yes.
Zach.
Yes.
We planned today to have you on the show, and serendipitously it became the perfect day to have you on the show.
Yeah.
Correct.
I feel like we maybe could have known about one of the things that has happened today.
Right.
Which is you've got a brand new special.
Yes.
That
Stand-up
dropped
comedy
this
special
morning.
on YouTube. The last bastion of free speech, as I always say. Yeah, it's called Live at the Raccoon Motel. It's on my YouTube page. It's like 35 minutes long. Nobody wants to watch more than that of anything.
I love it.
Yeah. And so, big day. Big day. But that is obviously smaller news now because the bigger news came in.
Your team.
The Woj Bomb.
Your team.
My boys.
You're wearing the shirt right now.
Absolutely.
The Cleveland Cavs make a huge trade. Donovan Mitchell is now a Cav.
Yep.
And what did you guys give up in that trade?
Gave up Lauri Markkanen.
Yeah.
Gone but not forgotten. Colin Sexton, gone but not forgotten. Ogbaji, never knew ya.
Yeah.
And then 3 future first rounders and 2 future first round pick swaps.
Right, in between the first rounds, right?
Yes.
So they
Yeah.
could space them out. That makes sense.
Because of what the Cavs did before.
Yes, their own rule.
Their own rule. Yes.
I completely forgot. That was in a 3-pack trivia, I believe, not that long ago.
Oh, yeah, it was when I was on.
Oh, that was you. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
You
That's
thought you were going to get
absolutely
me,
right.
and you were like, oh, Zach knows way more about
Yeah.
weird,
Oh, I'm an idiot.
esoteric Cavs trivia.
So, before I ask you your reaction to all of this, I got to say, when this happened, and maybe this is why I'm assuming that you love this trade so much, Markkanen is probably the biggest name that went out, right?
Or is it Colin Sexton?
I think it's
I think it's Colin Sexton.
Right.
We forget about Colin all the time.
Well, this is where I'm going, is like the like forgotten players kind of. Hey, we didn't see Colin Sexton at all last year. Completely forgot. But Markkanen, who was a big part of kind of the Cinderella story of the Cavs last season.
Yep.
But because there's so many good big guys on that team, when I saw the notification of the trade, I literally forgot that he was in Cleveland. And I was like, oh, I wonder who the Bulls got in this trade. Like, I still thought he was in Chicago. And then it hit me. I was like, oh, right. Oh, so this is a 2-team trade.
Yeah.
Are you stoked to have Donovan Mitchell? How do you feel? Like, I got to know how you feel about this.
Yeah, listen, I mean, it's tough to see Markkanen go. Obviously, if you have the Twin Towers, Markkanen is building 7, obviously. And so we are going to miss him. He did some great work. But yeah, I mean, listen, I've both privately and publicly made my feelings about Donovan Mitchell known. And I'm ready to be wrong. I'm ready for him to be out of a toxic work situation in Utah. A toxic state. Sorry, Utah, but bad place. And get to Cleveland, where things are fun. It's good vibes only on the entire Cavs squad.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, let me ask you this. Donovan Mitchell, I think a lot of people have accused him of being a little phony, right? He has that smiley attitude that, people sometimes think like, ugh, you're too positive.
Nobody
and happy
believes
all the
in
time.
me.
Right. Do you think maybe getting away from Utah and having to pander to the Jazz fan maybe brings out who the real the Louisville Donovan Mitchell, whoever the real Donovan Mitchell is, the New York City Donovan Mitchell, whoever that guy actually is. Maybe in a place like Cleveland, he might be able to express himself a little more in a way that probably is who he actually is.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, we saw last year, truly the best vibes in the NBA is the Cavs team right now. You got Kevin Love there. My man's been through hell. He's going to walk Donovan through it and be like, hey, man, you're sad? Just talk about it. I think that's the problem. Donovan doesn't feel comfortable talking about his feelings. That's going to change in Cleveland.
A little therapy in Cleveland for Donovan.
Absolutely.
Now, the most shocking part about the whole thing to me was it was kind of like the third notification, I think, that came out that said that Donovan Mitchell is going to be wearing 23 next year on the Cavs. Whoa. How do you feel about that?
Oh, I don't care. It's a number.
I just made that up. I completely made that up. I just wanted to see how that was going to
go. I'm not a psycho. Whatever number you want. Who cares?
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. I mean, I'm not a huge Donovan Mitchell fan. I'm with you. So I'm curious to see how it plays out. I still love this Cavs team. You know, there were several surprise teams last year, and something about the Cavs felt more real to me than some of those other kind of, you know, Cinderella stories that we saw last season with so many stars being injured. The Cavs feel real to me. So I'm excited to see how he fits in with that system. I mean, the bigs are unbelievable.
Yeah.
I'm really curious to see how the rest of the Utah side of things goes down because, I mean, Conley, you've got Bogdanovich, Clarkson. Bogdanovich to me is the biggest piece left. I think he's
the one who could probably swing a playoff team's chances the most. But, you know, I mean, a guy like Mike Conley, he's a bit of a floor raiser himself, right? I think all those guys kind of are. Like, I don't think any of those guys are necessarily going to swing the title for one team, but the right team, you know, I could see them being impact guys. I think they should be able to trade those guys for some stuff. I don't really know what Utah wants besides an endless trove of picks that they're just going to be buried under, but I think they could probably get more picks if that's their goal here.
Yeah, I think the biggest haul that they would get for any of those players would be Bogdanovich, though, because Clarkson is...
I'd have to look at the contract situation, but I think
he was their best shooter.
Right.
He was their best shooter.
Yeah.
I will say, there's only one player on that team with NBA Finals experience, and that's sharpshooter Jordan Clarkson. So let's not forget Bogdanovich, Conley. You can say whatever you want. Only Clarkson's been to the big show.
I mean, that's completely fair. I feel like that might be somewhat like outweighed and mitigated a bit by the hairline that he got a few years ago. That was like added like
he's a new
angle.
guy. Yeah.
He's balling out there for the Philippines right now.
Yeah.
I mean, that's sick.
I love it. I love that he chose to play for the Philippines, and it's just like, I'm sure part of the reason was they were like, do you want to shoot 50 times a game? He was like, I would love to. I will.
What I've always wanted to
play
do
for you.
Literally the only thing I want to do is that.
Yeah.
All right. I got to go back though just a little bit before we jump into today's game.
Okay.
The special. You filmed it in Denver. You mentioned
Davenport, Iowa.
Oh, why did I think it was Denver?
Because it sounds like Davenport.
Denverport.
Yeah, Denverport.
Yeah. That's how we're going to promote it now.
Yes.
Is Denverport. And by the way, the link will be in the episode description to the special. You mentioned it being 35 minutes long, and you know nobody wants to watch more than that. Now I know the standard is an hour, 45 minutes, something like I should say 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah,
not an hour 45.
No,
that's a Dave Chappelle drop in. Was it intentional to do 35 minutes? Like, was that like a decision of like, are you serious about nobody wants to watch more than that? Because for me, that just immediately makes me think of seeing bands live, and I hate when a band plays more than 45 minutes, like a headliner. It drives me nuts.
Yeah.
Like, I went and saw The Cure, who's one of the greatest bands of all time, one of my favorite bands. And like by hour 2, I was like, I might hate The Cure now. Like, I'm done with this performance. I don't want to see any more of this.
Yeah.
Was it a conscious decision to do that?
I think it was something we kind of figured out afterwards, kind of going through the edit and being like, hey, there's stuff here that we don't need to keep in. We can keep it tight, put only stuff we like in there.
Yeah.
And then also, watching through and being like, oh yeah, I'm at 25 minutes and I'm like, let's wrap this up. Let's get this over with. That being said, when I go see Wilco play live, Play for 3 hours. Okay. That's my
Really?
favorite part. Oh, yeah. Let it go forever.
I can't do it.
But I'm not
can't.
Wilco, and I would never claim to be. Okay.
It's got to be the right thing. It's got to be the right thing. I'm with you. But before we move on from it, our mutual friend Spencer Vickers, he's the one who helped you put this together.
Directed and edited it.
it. Yep. And so there's stuff, we won't ruin it by any means, but there's like segments in between. Was that something that you'd come up with before? Something that kind of inspired you, while you were making it? Something that came from Spencer?
Yeah, I mean, the segments in between was kind of the plan all along. There was supposed to be more, honestly. But yeah, I think that comedy has never been full of more blowhard dipshits than in its entire history right now. And so I felt that it would be fun to make fun of those people publicly, since I'm doing it privately every waking moment of my day.
No, you're right. There's a lot of them. They just don't make dice clays anymore. So,
and I do want to make it clear, I don't think that you can say anything anymore as a comedian, and comedians are brave, and it's never been scarier to be a comedian than right now. So I think for me to put this out right now, it's brave, it's courageous. And I should be lauded and celebrated for that.
Yeah, I mean, it's part of the reasons why we kept this location undisclosed.
Yeah.
Is for your safety because of what a massively dangerous and brave thing you did by putting out a special.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
We appreciate that. Well, let's jump into the game.
Let's do it.
Hell yeah.
So, a little more promotion here for Zach. Zach, you host a show called What Things Are What Things.
Yep.
It's a podcast where you have comics and friends come on and you play a game where you'll choose one topic. Let's say it's a TV show or a certain genre or something, and then you have to decide what other topic or genre those things are. Incredible idea. Incredible show.
Thank you so much.
We love it. So we wanted to do kind of a version of that. It's not going to be a point system like What Things Are What Things are.
Yeah.
But we're going to do what players or what bands.
Love it.
Not even what players.
Yeah.
What individual
yeah.
that's ever sniffed the NBA is what band. That's how loose the rules are.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Could be a coach, could be a current player, could be a former player, could be a GM, an owner, whatever.
A franchise?
A franchise.
Who knows?
No rules.
Wow.
This is the progressive version of What Things Are What Things.
Yeah. I would never allow this sort of loosey-goosey kind of rules on my game.
It's a very totalitarian show that you run over there.
Absolutely. No, I'm an authoritarian for sure.
But we each came up with a couple players and what bands they are. Do we want to go round robin, or do we want to each kind of take out our lists?
I think we each can kind of throw one out there, and then if anybody wants to react to it, or we can move on if it's just a perfect fit, everyone agrees.
Beautiful.
I'm happy to start it off.
Yes, please.
All right. I'll start off here. My first one, I got Vince Carter, the all-time Vince Carter, and what do we know him for? Longevity. And a level of consistency over that longevity.
And blowing out candles on cupcakes.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm calling Vince Carter Guided by Voices because there was a peak early.
Yep.
There was a peak very early that was just like, wow, they're the best band ever. And then, not necessarily a dip, just consistent goodness till now.
Yeah.
Now you go see them, they play 50 songs. They're still one of the best bands ever.
Yeah.
Guided by Voices, Vince Carter. What do you guys think?
I love that.
That one's interesting. You and I have talked off the show before. I despise Guided by Voices. I don't get that band at all. I think that they are the most boring, generic, not interesting band of all time. But that's my opinion on the music. It's interesting because you think of Vince Carter and it's Flash.
The early Guided by Voices hit.
Yeah.
Like when it came out.
Is it energy like that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
all right.
There's a punk rock energy to Guided by
okay.
Voices. And it's funny because even they have a couple records that like sound really good, but then most of them just sound like trash.
That's what kills me.
But the songs are good. The songs bang. And it's
The
kind of like
songs
Vince
bang.
Carter, where it's just like, you know what? Like, yeah, his legs aren't there anymore, but the 3 goes in, he plays solid D and good vet.
Well, also
know?
late career Guided by Voices. You'll be like just looking at the website and you'll see new Guided by Voices album out this week, and you're like, huh, I didn't know they had an album coming out. And that's how the last 7 years of Vince Carter's career felt. Yeah. You would be watching a game and you'd be like, oh, right, Vince Carter's still playing.
Still on the Hawks.
And,
Nice.
And he just knocked down 4 threes.
Yeah, still pretty good. I'm not going to watch all of it, but still pretty good.
Okay. All right. You've sold me. I respect that. I respect that one. My list is going to be bigger name players for the most part and kind of iconic bands.
Yeah.
All right. Iconic bands in the punk world. Start with my first one. It's LeBron James.
Yeah.
Heard of him.
Yeah.
LeBron James is Minor Threat.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fair.
So he's insanely good, insanely talented, insanely influential. And then when you kind of look at how long, he's been around, but like really my line here is kind of his online presence a little bit. It goes off the court for me. You see the way he tweets, you see the way he kind of puts stuff online, and it's shocking to see his age because the way he writes and tweets and all that, you would think that he's a, 58, 62-year-old man.
He's like our peer.
Yes, but he's our age.
I know.
And what blows my Minor Threat's top 5, if not top 3 band for me ever. Love that band. And it's still, it's crazy to me that like Ian MacKaye was 18 when they broke up. He was a teenager when those records were written. And it's wild just how influential they are at such a young age. And then there's the whole straight edge thing. And LeBron is maybe the cleanest whistle superstar we've ever seen. Zero controversy, unless you take in the China comments.
Or drinking wine on the court. That was one of his big controversies.
But it's things like his biggest controversies are like, oh, he's flipping a water bottle sidelines during a game. You know, like it's a very straight edge kind of superstar.
Yeah.
So yeah, LeBron is Minor Threat.
A perfect discography. It's the perfect discography, Minor Threat. I only might throw in, is he Fugazi just because of the length of time that, his Minor Threat
Maybe
was
he's
such
just Ian MacKaye.
It's just such a burnout. Maybe he's Ian MacKaye. I like that. He's Discord.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
Also, unfortunately, Steph Marbury's Fugazi because his shoes were so cheap and they were for everybody.
$5.
Yeah.
All right, Zach, let's go.
All right. I kind of worked backwards here, going with my favorite bands and then figuring out the player. But first one, this is a perfect answer. Obviously, I know the game. I know how it works. Tim Duncan. Very long career, storied career. Some of the best seasons anybody's ever had. Nobody talks about it. Old man game, dad game.
Yep.
Tim Duncan's Wilco.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a great call. I was trying to think of one for Tim Duncan.
Same. I thought about Tim Duncan a lot.
Yeah.
I almost went Nirvana with Tim Duncan because their music, when you look at break down it musically, there's absolutely nothing exceptional about the music of Nirvana, right? It's garage band, power chord, whatever.
Simple melodies.
Yeah.
Nothing flashy.
Yeah, nothing flashy whatsoever, but so influential. Like the fundamentals are so solid.
But so is Wilco. I think Wilco perfectly fits that because they're a fundamentally great band.
Yep.
No, totally.
And Nels Klein came in later. He was Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili coming in. He's Kawhi Leonard, I guess. He'd be the Kawhi who comes in later. Jay Farrer, I guess, or Jay Bennett would be the David Robinson in this analogy. I'd go on forever with this.
Arms.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Love it. That's a good one. Okay, you're right. Perfect answer.
500 points.
Okay, I'm going to go a little off the board here.
Hell yeah.
And I am going with the New York Knicks.
Ooh,
Okay.
One of the most iconic brands in sports. Again, with some undeniable highs, but overall just a pretty bad product in my opinion. So I'm calling them the Eagles.
Yeah.
One of the biggest acts of all time, but it's like,
How?
it's just not good, man. It's kind of a train wreck.
But some really good hits.
Undeniably.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's a great call.
Like the 70s Knicks are undeniable, right? Like it's like, yeah, it's fucking awesome. Or even 90s Knicks a little bit here and there.
Ewing is Hotel California.
Yeah. That's for
Absolutely.
sure. So yeah, I got the New York Knicks as the Eagles.
Yeah, I like that a
And
lot.
I think they play Madison Square Garden all the time. I think isn't there a weird connection between Dolan and the Eagles?
He wants to be in the Eagles.
Yes.
Yeah.
He covers them at every one of his blues shows.
I think his band, because he owns MSG, has opened for the Eagles like multiple
Oh
times.
man, that's
at
maybe my
MSG.
favorite thing.
Yeah, nothing is less surprising or more infuriating than what you just said.
Yeah, fucking Dolan. So yeah, the Eagles.
That's a great one.
Really good answer.
That's really good. 600 points. So,
Yeah.
my next
Where
one.
is Nolan?
My next one here is a man by the name of Lou Williams.
Okay.
Sweet Lou.
Sweet Lou. He's cool as hell. Maybe the coolest ever. And he does so much with the limited minutes that he gets, right? He's always been the guy off the bench. He's always the sixth man. Doesn't have a lot of time to play. Doesn't always play starter minutes, but he does so much with that small amount of time. His hero is gone.
Wow.
That's maybe the deepest band that I'm going to pull
Yeah.
in this.
You really went deep.
That's the deepest band that I'm going to pull in this.
Never even heard of it.
They're was that early 2000s or mid 2000s?
Late 90s, early 2000s, yeah.
Crust hardcore band, but
Okay.
they do more with a 90-second song than most bands do with a 5 or 6 minute song.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, undeniable all time. So,
Every song is just so packed and like compact that it's perfect. And they're cool as hell. The guys in Portland, they have a practice space, and below their practice space is a garage that they own where they work on their motorcycles. Like, come on. You're in a band, you got a motorcycle. That's the Lou Williams of like hardcore.
Yeah.
So Lou is his hero is gone.
I love it.
Yeah.
He's the underground goat. They might be the underground goats.
I was gonna say it works for Lou Will too because it's underappreciated in a way.
Yeah.
You know, like he's like, if you know, you know.
Yeah.
And they're that kind of band too. Like you see someone with the His Hero's Gone patch and you're in a random city, you're like,
Yeah.
you know, it's like an acknowledgement, like, oh.
Because like Tragedy that was the band after His Hero's Gone, and they get all the accolades.
Yeah.
But like nobody gives love to His Hero's Gone, and it's one of the best. Ever.
I can't go a day without hearing about Tragedy.
In my world, that was true at one point.
All right, Zach.
All right. Next one. Dirk Nowitzki.
Ooh, another one I tried to come up with.
Yeah. 21 seasons in the league. All bangers, I would say.
All bangers, absolutely.
Only made it to the top once, but for the most part, just kind of chugging away. Has that non-traditional jump shot, non-traditional game that should not work. Dirk Nowitzki's the Mountain Goats. I mean, it's right there.
I like that.
I like that.
Multiple eras, different eras of Dirk, but consistency for the entire time.
What's that championship run for the Mountain Goats?
Championship run, that would be the beginning of the 4 AD run. Tallahassee, We Shall All Be Healed, Sunset Tree. Sunset Tree is the Mavericks championship season for sure.
Yeah.
So I thought about coming up with one for Dirk, and the one that I came up with was the Kinks. And here's why. For me, I think that the Kinks are underappreciated.
Oh, yeah.
I think that
Definitely.
they should be kind of viewed in the same lens as like the Beatles are viewed. Like I think that they are that influential. Like we lived through a whole era in the late 90s, early 2000s of nothing but bands that wanted to sound like the Kinks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had the Strokes, the
The Hives, even
Hives.
kind of, yeah.
who's the
the White Stripes.
White Stripes, like their early stuff completely.
That Jet song.
It
Which
was
one?
the one that sounded like the Kinks, all of them. But like the Kinks, I feel like never got that recognition because they existed during a time of the Beatles. They were going up against like the Rolling Stones when they first came out. And that's how I feel like Dirk is. Dirk had LeBron, it was like the end of Shaq's like big thing. Kobe was coming up. Like he kind of is almost underappreciated. And we talk about the influence that the Kinks had on music later on. Dirk changed the way that we ever looked at fours from that day on.
Yeah.
Like a four shooting now is not anything anybody bats an eye at. In fact, it's almost a requirement at this point. But Dirk was kind of the first.
Yeah. I would say, based on your argument, KG would be the Kinks.
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay, I have a KG one that's completely different. So I'll just say that now.
Let's do it.
And this one I even put a question mark next to.
Wow.
I was so torn up about this one, but ultimately I think it's pretty good. I got Kevin Garnett as Slipknot. Just completely.
Yeah. No, that's right.
You almost don't even have to explain it.
You guys got it.
Yeah,
It's
stick my fingers
Slipknot.
into my eyes. Absolutely.
It's the most unhinged player ever.
Yeah.
Most unhinged band.
And it makes you want to run through a fucking wall.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Kevin Garnett is Slipknot.
And he certainly has some form of a gimp mask somewhere that he
Yes.
wears for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah.
He definitely likes to scare people for sure. All right, so I'll kick off the next one since I gave you that KG one there. All right, my next one I got here. This one's a banger. Shaq. Shaquille O'Neal.
Yep.
The most dominant.
Oh, yeah.
That
big man,
Shaq.
most dominant player maybe in NBA history. Just an unmovable object.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the guy just goes in the post and just. So I had to go with the heaviest riffs of all time, Crowbar. Shaq is Crowbar, dude. Just pure dominance. Just
I'll throw another one at you for
please.
Shaq. Under that same umbrella, Shaq is Dimebag Darrell.
yeah, Pantera works as well.
Just
absolutely.
heavy fucking riffs, not always surrounded by the best people on earth, but just a lovable dude. Like,
I would love to see a video put together of Shaq just dominating dudes to Pantera. That just sounds great to me. Like that, I just want to see that
say
video.
less, dude. Say less.
Hey, internet, do your thing.
Okay, I like that. That makes a lot of sense. The Big Diesel.
Dude.
And when I say that, I'm talking about Crowbar.
Exactly. Throw him in Crowbar would be so sick too.
And he probably, dude, we need to do a show that's Crowbar with Shaq, and the Jabberwockies are dancing behind them while just heavy riffs or punching everybody.
I want Shaq to be one of the DJs in Slipknot. That's what I want. We already know he's DJing.
I mean, look, Shaq might do it.
Yeah.
I dare you to name one commercial that he's not in.
No, he was absolutely down to it.
Yeah, he would 100% do
Yeah,
it.
Definitely.
My man works.
All right. So I'm going to give you the band first.
Okay.
On
right.
this one. The Sex Pistols. I've got some strong opinions about the Sex Pistols. Sex Pistols have some good songs. I'm not going to deny them that. They are some catchy songs. But they're given this credit as like the, first punk band. They started punk. They're the greatest punk band. Like they get really overrated and kind of given this crown that they don't deserve in terms of the creation of the punk scene and all of that. Because I think a lot of us know they were put together by a dude who was like, we're going to sell the image of punk and make a shit ton of money. It already existed. Somewhat overrated, but tons of commercial success. Really kind of angsty and some like weird internal stuff going on. Can you guess who the player is?
I feel like you're gonna say KD.
Nope.
No, I feel like it's going to be more like I'm thinking more along the Latrell Sprewell, Allen Iverson.
Ooh,
track
Allen
of
Iverson would have
things.
been good for that,
Yeah.
actually.
I thought about him for this actually.
Yeah.
Jerry West, the logo of the NBA.
Yeah.
I'm not denying that Jerry West wasn't great,
Okay.
but logo great? Logo great? So I could think of 10 other players that are probably better than Jerry West ever was. But he was an angsty kind of dude, right? Like really just like tense and we all know that about him. He's the logo, and I kind of think some of the, success and lore around him might be the fact that he was a white player.
Well, yeah.
And so
Yeah.
a lot of guys that were on that same level got ignored. And you and I have talked about this on the show while Clayton was on tour, the amount of open disrespect that we are willing to give pre-'80s players.
Yes.
It just feels like the logo could definitely be somebody else, and I wouldn't be bummed whatsoever.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying he wasn't great, but
No.
logo great I think might be a stretch.
I mean, I think it's just that silhouette is just perfect.
It's iconic.
It's
for sure.
iconic.
It's just
I
like
couldn't imagine.
Just like the
anybody
cover
else.
of Nevermind the Bullocks is iconic.
Yeah.
But is it the best? Is it the first?
We'll never know.
Yeah, I mean,
can
I would
never
argue.
change.
I would argue that that's a just an absolute 10 out of 10 album. That's my opinion. But I mean, Jerry West is pretty much a 10 out of 10. So
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
Yeah, numbers speaks themselves.
it's disrespectful, but I can't tell you why. So you're right.
That's all I aim for in life
Yeah.
is to be disrespectful, but nobody be able to actually tell me why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Zach, you got.
All right. I mean, this is another really good answer. Robert Ory.
Ooh.
This is a guy.
Big shot, Bob.
Pretty unremarkable career
Yeah.
when you zoom out. But the hits, oh my God. Like, unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We see them every single June. We watch Robert Ory highlights. Robert Ory is Boston.
Boston.
Wow.
Wow. More than a feeling.
More than a feeling. Smoking.
Yeah.
What? There's one more. There's one
He's
more
got
giant one.
5 or 6 rings.
6, right?
2 with Houston,
3 with the Lakers.
3 with the Lakers,
2
and San
with the
Antonio.
Spurs?
7, maybe.
7 rings?
I
He
think
have
that might be
7
right.
rings.
7 rings.
And I think he's got,
At least 6 then.
yeah, and I think he's got at least 6 game-winning shots or go-ahead shots. in the
a
last-
crazy amount.
Oh
dude,
yeah,
a crazy
I think
amount.
6 is pretty heavy underestimating.
Yeah,
how
like
many there
playoff.
are.
He has like
Yeah.
6 like
Playoff.
playoff
That's what I'm
crazy
saying.
threes.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, it's Boston. Most of their career, I can't name anything outside of the 4 big songs.
Yeah.
But those 4 big songs.
Oh, rippers.
I mean, foreplay long time. Come on. I mean, that's him hitting game winners in back-to-back NBA finals, basically.
Yeah.
I love it. That's a great one.
Yeah. 2 points.
Yeah.
Good
thank
job.
you so much, man. Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you the band first on this one,
Perfect.
and then I'll see if you can get the player. No context. Kings of Leon.
Gordon Hayward.
You're exactly right. It's
Oh.
Gordon Hayward because it's the most obvious
Yes.
answer
I was
ever.
going to say JJ Redick, but
No,
yeah.
it's Gordon Hayward because there was a moment at the very beginning when it was like, oh, it's like credible normal music.
Yeah.
It's like it's fine.
this
It's
is
like
good.
it's like I could buy this, sure. Like people were like, yeah, they're a band, right?
Yeah.
And then by the second album, you're just like, oh God, no, get me far away from this.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
Kings of Leon, Gordon Hayward. You got it. It was too easy. It was sitting right there.
You find out Gordon Hayward's wife is a giant Trump supporter. You find out the Kings of Leon are rude to every server that they've ever met
Yeah,
in
exactly.
Nashville.
Yeah. It's
Exactly.
the same thing.
Yes,
It's
absolutely.
a perfectly balanced scale.
I think
know.
being rude to a server is
worse.
on level or worse
No, it
than
is-
voting for Trump.
I can't agree more. I
Yeah.
actually have a brief story about Kings of Leon. I had a friend who was working at a festival. His job was transporting the bands, right? So he's doing acts like literally like Rihanna, Pearl Jam, like giant acts are coming in for this
There's
festival.
a big
that
gap
he's-
between those two.
Yes, but that level of
No, yeah,
success,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
these are the types of people that he's driving from essentially one side of the festival or their hotel to the stage,
Right.
off the stage, that type of thing. Very simple. Rihanna apparently very humble, very normal. Come pick me up, drop me off, no big deal. Pearl Jam were like super cool. Like, can we fit in one car? Like, let's just go in one car. Like, no big deal. They were like really cool about it. Kings of Leon wanted to have a limo for each member waiting at the back of the stage so that the moment they walked off stage, they could each walk into a private limousine. Gordon Hayward.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Just shitty behavior.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's
And
really good.
I would say Sex on Fire is Gordon Hayward snapping his leg in half.
Yeah, that's
against the
Boston
Cavs.
game one.
Yeah. Nothing was ever the same after that.
That was game 1, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was his first
oh my
game.
God.
in the
That was
Boston
like 5
uniform.
minutes into the game.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's insane. Okay, I've got one more. We got
Okay.
one last one here. And I'm kind of hitting the other side of the spectrum of my previous one. I'm going with Hakeem Olajuwon.
Okay.
Now,
Your favorite player.
my favorite player of all time. We all know Hakeem. And I think that he's most people know the name, but there's a part of me that can't help but feel like, 20 years from now, Hakeem will be kind of almost like Alex English in the sense of like kids will like know who he like know the name but won't really know much about him. Like he's not going to be remembered as like one of the all-time greats. But I think that his impact on the game is pretty underappreciated in terms of like what he did for footwork for big men. You can even look at like post-playing career, the amount of incredible players that he coached and taught how to shoot and worked on their post moves with. Kobe probably being the biggest name that he ever worked with. But like, he'll be known like, oh yeah, I've heard of Hakeem, you know, it's my parents, whatever, like I'm a psalm or whatever it is, but not really remembered in the sense of how much he impacted the game and what he should be getting credit for. He is The Who. The Who is a band that people are like, yeah, it's a classic rock band. My dad likes The Who, you know, like I've heard a couple songs. Unlike the Sex Pistols, I think The Who were like the first punk band ever. If you watch or listen to live recordings of The Who, they played their songs 2 to 3 times faster than they were recorded. I mean, Moon on drums.
He's definitely the template for punk rock drumming.
Yes.
For sure. And then the loud guitar and like setting shit on fire and
like
all
and
that
Twizzle,
stuff.
like the if you watch videos of them playing, look at the gear that they're playing with. It's gear that like heavy like doom and hardcore bands use now. Like they were using like Sun,
like full stack high watts and Sun and like wild shit.
Like
yeah,
amps
for sure.
that are so highly sought after now.
And then setting them on fire and smashing all their gear, which is just awesome.
Yeah. Hakeem is The Who.
I love it.
Yeah.
I really like that one.
Solid answer.
Very solid.
Really good. 400 points.
Do we have any more on the board? Or
I have one bonus one that I had to come up with this morning.
Ooh, okay.
For obvious reasons. Donovan Mitchell. We had to come up with one.
Spider.
Donovan, as we covered, not a fan for most of his career. You know, didn't really do it for me. Understood he was a great player, but you know, not really my vibe.
Right.
And now, suddenly something has switched, and we know what that is with Donovan. You know, he's a Cav now. I love him now. I'm all in.
Yeah.
Donovan for me is Bob Dylan. I was out until maybe 3 years ago.
Really?
Pre-pandemic, I was like, you know what? I get he's one of the greatest songwriters ever. Not my thing. It's not going to ever be my thing. I've tried. And now I won't shut up about it. You know?
What turned it?
I think working in my warehouse job, having to listen to music for 8 hours a day, having to find stuff that 5 dudes all agree on. And I think multiple people were like, give the bootleg series a try.
Yeah.
Try the bootleg stuff out. And once I found that, it was kind of... I'm a real sucker for having thousands of hours of music to scour through. And I eventually found the stuff I liked.
I mean, that's fair. It's crazy to me that you only so recently got into them. I guess it makes like there is a lot of dog shit Dylan out in the world. Like
that we could debate over because Zach and I love 80s Dylan.
Oh yeah.
Love 80s Dylan.
I mean, I'm not saying that there are like full eras that are bad, but there are just bad times. Like there are bad records.
I don't know that I agree, honestly.
Wow.
Like I really don't. Like I love everything this guy's done pretty much. Like I agree that there are peaks and valleys amongst it, but like there are peaks every few years.
Yeah.
Like it's it's to me, he constantly reinvents himself. And like I'm excited for 80s Dylan, Donovan Mitchell because I feel like that's what we're coming up on. We already we got acoustic Dylan. He went electric. He was in the playoffs.
But it was basic rock and roll. It's we all know what it is.
And how about this? He lost his way in the 70s just a tiny bit. Went a little Christian or something weird, you know, and he's back. Don't worry.
Mormon,
he's coming.
perhaps?
Yeah. Got a little lost in the Utah sauce. And the 80s, Dylan's coming back.
Donovan Mitchell's "Oh Mercy" is on the horizon.
It's on the horizon. I can't wait. I can't wait.
We live in a political world.
Okay, I'm gonna take this off the tracks real quick because I love that.
Yeah.
And
Did you say "Blood on the Tracks" real quick?
Yes,
Okay.
I did. Great album. Because I'm like that. There are bands that I hated for so long, and then finally it clicked with me. And there are certain bands or things that I try out once a year because I know that my taste is constantly changing. I do it with food. I eat 1 pickle a year to see if I like pickles yet.
Yeah.
Has not happened. Still think they're disgusting. But every year I'll try a pickle. Same thing with mustard. I'm kind of coming around to mustard.
Yeah.
But
These are
I've come around on both.
Scorching takes, but
Listen, I was out on both as well, and I came around.
yeah.
it's olives for me.
Oh,
I hate
try
olives.
olives
It's
and
briny
never-
stuff. I don't like briny stuff.
Wow, I hope we're
Well-
all in agreement on
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Wow, this is the first room I've ever been in where people weren't like, "You don't eat olives."
Yeah, Clayton,
out
you're
of the
hanging out with
jar."
fucking sickos, okay? I know some of our mutual friends. They're sickos.
That is a fact. That's a fact.
Okay, so my Dylan, I guess I've got two. One was Bruce Springsteen. Hated him. Thought it was so corny.
Yeah.
Thought it was so bad. And then I was on a road trip out in the middle of nowhere, and it came on, and I was like, I fucking get it. I get Americana now.
Yeah.
I fully understand. And then the other one for me is Fleetwood Mac.
Okay.
I used to talk so much shit about Fleetwood Mac. Like, specifically, I was the guy, this is so douchey, but I was the guy that was like, the first couple Fleetwood albums are good. Stevie Nicks ruined the band. Stevie Nicks, Fleetwood Mac is awful.
End the episode.
Yeah,
We're done.
Jesus.
But it clicked for me one
Yeah,
day,
yeah.
and now I'm like, fuck the pre-Stevie
Yeah.
Nicks
No,
Fleetwood.
literally, it's all about only Stevie Nicks.
Yes.
It's so
Like,
good.
absolutely.
It's so good.
I have playlists on my phone of just every Stevie Nicks Fleetwood Mac song because that's all I want to hear.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
don't care about the other ones.
I
It's all
know.
about Stevie.
It changed for me.
That witch just has gotten in my head.
Absolutely.
And she'll never leave, and I love her for
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, the biggest secret I've ever found is if you want to make a woman's day, you just say, "Hey, you got kind of like a Stevie Nicks vibe today." They'll light up. That's what
You've got a Stevie Nicks like Tusk vibe
yeah,
going.
yeah, absolutely.
You seem toxic.
There's something in your nose right now. Also,
What's that band for you, Clayton?
Oh God, there's a lot of them. I've come around. The first one that comes to mind is probably the Grateful Dead. I was definitely like that kid in high school who was a punk rocker who smoked a lot of pot, but was like, "Fuck the Grateful Dead," all those douchey stoner assholes. And then I
Yeah.
listened to it and I was like, "Oh, it's like long country songs. I love it."
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I love the Grateful Dead now. So they're probably the band I took the biggest turn on.
Yeah, fair. All right. Do you have anyone else left on your list here?
Yeah, if we're done, I got two quick ones here,
Okay.
and then a third one that I need your guys' help on.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
my
Let's
two,
lightning round it. As
Yeah,
we will.
yeah, my little lightning round here. My first one, this one's easy. Steph Curry, he's AC/DC. He's the most efficient player ever. They're the most
Yep.
efficient band of all time.
100%.
3 chords and they fucking rock.
One
and that's
riff,
it.
don't need to change it. That's the
That's
song.
it.
Yep.
They're Steph Curry.
Yeah.
The
It's
most
electric.
efficient band meets the most efficient player. Match made in heaven.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
TNT.
Yeah.
All right. This one I thought about for a long time, Kevin Durant. You know, a misunderstood guy, but ultimately one of the greatest. Do we all agree with that?
Yeah.
Like very
Just
like,
say Good Charlotte now.
fuck. Okay. I got him a David Bowie. You know, a lot of eras. You can't necessarily tie David Bowie to one thing, right? It's like, I think Kevin Durant, the biggest thing that's going against him these days is like, no fan base loves him in some way, right? Like, he's just this man without a home. And I kind of feel like David Bowie's the same way in terms of like the eras and all the different albums, like so many types of music, so much stuff explored through
Yeah.
all the years.
He's from outer space.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ultimately, you get to the end of the discography and you're like, he's one of the all-time greats. There's no denying it.
The
Yeah.
only thing I have against that one is Bowie was so confident in who he was.
True.
And was such a confident dude. And there's nothing confident about Kevin Durant to me.
I'm going to say Kevin Durant, and I mean, sorry, once again, this is a perfect answer. Kevin Durant is John Mayer, and I don't think it's even close.
Which is funny because that was the artist that got Clayton into the Grateful
Yeah,
Dead.
absolutely. Hey, I mean, it got me into the Grateful Dead. But John Mayer, arguably one of the greatest guitarists of all time.
Yes.
Probably top 5, top 10 guitarists of all time. Ruins it with how he talks about anything. Anytime he opens his mouth, you're like, dude, just do the thing that you're so good at. We like it so much when you just do the thing you're good at.
Just play your body as a wonderland, dude. That's all we want.
Absolutely.
So it's like, I had the opposite experience with John Mayer almost, where I like didn't understand John Mayer. I started watching videos of Dead and Company once, you know, that started, right? I was like, all right, let's check it out. You know, I'm having the time of my life watching these videes.
Yes.
I'm like, Oh, I love John Mayer? Oh, shit. Okay, wait a second. I got to go check out John Mayer because this guy is like doing the best Jerry Garcia impression, but he's also bringing his own thing to it. I thought it was actually really good. So I'm like, I got to check out his records. The thing that's so strange about John Mayer, you said it. He's one of the most notable guitar players of all time. Mm-hmm. Everyone knows, like, if there's anything we know about John Mayer, the guy's great at guitar. His solo songs have no riffing, no solos, no nothing. They're like little pop ditties that are 2 minutes long. I was shocked by that fact.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to be blues rock, 8-minute jams.
No. He mailed it in to make money for like his solo stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the opposite. Okay, my last one here. I need your guys' help because the name is so good. I was heading out for this episode, getting ready, packing my stuff. And I was telling my partner, Sarah, that you guys both know, doing this, and she was like, oh, like Adam Silver. And I was like, oh my God, I have to come up with one for Adam Silver. Mm-hmm. And I thought for so long, the whole drive here, I'm like, I don't know. I know there's one in there, but I couldn't come up with one. But the name is tantalizing to me. So
okay, I think Adam Silver has to be somebody who replaced the lead singer in a giant band.
Oh, Van Halen.
He might be Van Halen.
He's the Filipino guy that Journey hired.
Yeah.
That was in a cover band.
Or he's Adam Lambert taking over for Queen.
Is he Dio?
Yeah.
Dio. I like that.
I think it's
I
Dio.
like that.
You know, Heaven and Hell.
Yeah.
Sabbath. Mm-hmm. He's kind of weird looking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
we don't love the guy before him. Like, he did a bunch of weird, fucked up stuff that we didn't like, but but made a great league.
Yeah, and this one's tough for me because I love Dio.
Yeah,
and I love Ozzy.
Right.
But Ozzy built Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He was...
And the play-in tournament is like Adam Silver version of this.
Yes.
Dio started this, and that is his...
The horns.
Yeah, the horns. And the play-in is Adam Silver's horns.
Yes.
I think we got it.
I think we got it. That's how you play the game right there, fellas. 1,000 points all around.
Love it. Okay. Well, before we get out, you've got the special.
Yep.
Anything that you want to plug, the special is going to be, the link is going to be with the episode.
Okay.
Everybody go check it out. You are one of our favorite people just in life. You're a great comedian. The special is so good.
My dogs.
It's the promo that you released for it had me laughing harder than most specials I've seen, like entire specials I've seen in the last few years.
Thank you so much. I mean, the promo means more to me than the rest of the special. The jokes I don't care about. I'm sick of them all.
Yeah, it was my Cliff Notes.
Yeah.
I watched that and I told everybody I saw the rest of the special.
Yeah. You kind of get it after that. Check out the special. When is this out?
Probably later today.
Later today. All right. Next weekend, I will be opening for James Austin Johnson in Washington, D.C., Boston, and Providence, Rhode Island. And then I'll be in New York, September 12th through 14th, doing shows as well.
Awesome.
So that's all on my website, zachpughcomedy.com. What things are what things? Maybe we'll come back, maybe not. Who knows? We'll see. Yeah.
All right, great. Well, everybody go watch the special. Clayton, do you have a song for today?
I forgot.
You forgot. All right. So the song for today is your special.
Yes.
In fact,
I like that.
let's do the promo. The song for today is the promo for Zach Pugh's special.
Okay.
Live at the Raccoon Motel.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Thank you, everybody. We'll be back next week with an all-new episode. We've already started talking about the game kind of for next week, which I'm excited to play. It's a new idea that we have. Remember to hit subscribe wherever you're watching or listening. Thank you so much. Be kind to yourselves. Be kind to each other. We will see you soon.
Comedy is the last true form of free speech. You know, without comedians, how are people supposed to know what to laugh at, what to think, what even means to be human? It's just that in a time where you truly can't say anything anymore, I feel that it falls on the comedians to take a stand and, say what is right, say what is true, give a voice to the voiceless. I've always said that nobody is braver than the stand-up comedians, and I still believe that. you guys ever eaten a whole bowl of cheese dip because you thought it was soup? Anybody else? Anybody? Please, one person ever also have this experience. I think I got like the comedy equivalent of like a double-double, 22 and 12, something like that.
Is the 12 rebounds and assists?
It steals,
Why steals?
because I stole their hearts.